Oh, I guess, well, it just decided it was going to start. Hi, Aquarius. You'll never work in television again by the smile. Followed by, I think it was a Gary Newman song, but I didn't check. And Fading Into You by Mazzy Star was playing while this just decided to start. Apologies for the nails. I'm taking a break from doing my nails because I have to, because they're breaking. Anyway, Aquarius, happy birthday. Apologies for being late. Speaking of taking breaks, I took a break from doing readings during January. This is your reading for the next month or so. It's my dad's birthday month. My dad's an Aquarius. So is my best friend from when I was super young. My best friend of the last 30 years is also an Aquarius. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull some magnetic poetry for you. We're going to pull an affirmation from the I Am Power Pack. And I think we're going to do a Celtic cross because it's been a hot minute since we've done that. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. I am clairsentient, claircognizant, and clairaudient. When I hear ringing on the right-hand side, so this message is from people I know that have passed on. And when I hear it on the left, messages from my spirit guides. We're going to get started for you with your affirmation from the I Am Power Pack. From Rose Drev out of New York State. You can get this one off of Etsy. I got it a couple years ago. I don't know if it still exists, but you can try and find it if you want. For Aquarius, check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. Aquarius, stranger's light, it comes on slowly. Let's see here. Stranger's heart is out of home. You put your head into your hands. Oh, we can't take that many, can we? But we do have one here that we're just gonna save you time. I am healthy. Some health woes you might be dealing with here. So, of course, an affirmation kind of living into the health. I was going to start with the Botticelli, but I'm not going to use it. I was more drawn to the Revelations Tarot for you. So we're just going to move these guys over. Something about trying to seek meaning in something. Yeah, I kind of think like throwing things out into the ether. And again, I do want you to check your rising moon and Venus. You can run your natal chart if you don't know what those are. That'll help you to figure out what they are, because it might not be for you in your sun sign. And as always, just for fairness, we do that on this channel. Take flippers and jumpers, not everybody does. Present energy for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Put in the comments. I've opened up the comments. Put what your placement is of Aquarius if you're watching. Page of Pentacles. So, Page of Pentacles in the upright, current situation for you, Page of Pentacles. So there's something like an apology, a peace offering, a timepiece. Pages are typically messengers. So thinking about this guy right here, a message of a peace offering, a timepiece, something about time. There could be an offer of a contract coming through as well, or something that you're anticipating as far as a contract, an offer, peace offering, timepiece, a gift, communication about a gift. What's crossing you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What's crossing you? You have two. Ooh. Two that have come out that are crossing you. Page of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Ooh, two in the reverse. So what's crossing you at this time, so your obstacle, is that there has been impulsive action, irrational action taken after some heated words, some passionate communication or a lack of passionate communication, and then impulsive action that took place also. It's like you followed up on the lack of passionate communication, or an argument, or communication that was more on the fiery side, burned, words that burned, by responding with passionate action that burned. The Knights are typically mutable signs, so Sagittarian energy there. But the action was, you know, it's interesting because it could actually be inaction or a lack of communication, having those two there. But I think the obstacle is more that it was on the extreme side, as opposed to a passionate, warm action and communication. What's crowning you, Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We got them both. We got a King of Wands and a Knight of Swords. So what's at top of mind for you right now? There's leadership energy here. I always read these as the fixed signs, though. So Leo energy. Sometimes I read the King of Wands also as Aries energy. Masculine energy there. This is leadership energy, taking the lead on something, presiding over things with a firm, steady hand, with impulsive, quick action. Something that might have been kind of shooting from the hip. Shooting from the hip, a man over here. So trying to preside over things from a leadership space. But it's almost as if there's impulsivity attached to it. Like acting so fast that it seems like you're responsible, as opposed to presiding over something from a responsible leadership space. Either that, or it's the king sending a knight out. The king sending the knight out. You see, there's the king on his throne. He sends the knight out with the sword, but it's an impulsive knight. Gemini energy on that knight. Gemini energy on that night. Something that happened during Gemini season is top of mind for you. You took control of a situation, but you did so impulsively. And it weighs on your mind. It's hidden from your awareness. This has been a thing with you, though, Aquarius, where you kind of spit things up. Hidden from your awareness is a lack of stability. The lack of stability is what's really wearing on you. Normally, the King of Pentacles would be our Taurus energy. I was going to say taking the bull by the horns up here. It's funny when we don't say the things and then they pop out anyway. Taurus energy, but it's not feeling, it's almost like, and I'm looking over here at this card here, right? Our affirmation for you about trying to tell yourself that you're healthy. I think the reason that you're lacking in that space, or the reason that you need to work on that, is more than likely because you're not feeling grounded, secure in your home space. You're not providing yourself with hearth and home, with stability in a home space, the security that the King of Pentacles embodies. Taurus is that, of course, fixed energy, masculine fixed Taurus energy. But it's also about providing a warm, comforting home space and security for all those that preside within it. And I think that's what's, it's hidden from your waking awareness, but that's actually something that could be impacting your health at this time. There's a lack of that warmth within the home. In the recent past, why So every time that I read Aquarius, they flip and they jump so fast I'm not even asking, and they're happening. Judgment. So in the recent past, there was a decision. Judgment is Aries and Sagittarian energy, the trumpeter's call. And especially here, a decision was made. I don't necessarily know that it was a decision that you made, though I think it was a decision that was handed down to you. Might have been through the divine. Also, a come to Jesus moment here. The number 20 also on that, but it's either making a decision or having a decision handed down to you, a divinely guided decision. And a come to Jesus moment, a moment of tough realization in the past. What do we have in the nearing future for you, Aquarius? What do I have? Say, come out so fast. 8 of Wands. So there's communication that's coming to you. Normally this can be through online means, but you know, it's because we have the 8 of Wands is normally in the Rider-Waite, and I was going to use more heavily based on the Rider-Waite. I was going to use one of those decks. But normally we see these as arrows or wands flying through the air towards somebody or away from somebody, depending. Seems as if these individuals, you can see here, they're harnessing those wands. It's as if you're looking to communicate something here. And the communication, you're open to the communication, because in the reverse, you see how this is blocked. Here, it's in the upright, right? There's an openness to communicate. And there's creativity. It's almost as if you believe that if you communicate from a creative sense, that there's going to be an acceptance of communication. I might clarify because we're moving super fast. But in the near future, it's almost as if you're open to communication, you're accepting of communication, you're attempting to communicate outwards from a space that is creative, like you feel like it would be more easily accepted communication if you put the right spin on it, I'm hearing over here. Extension of the current energy for you. 7 of Cups in the reverse. You run out of options, I think, is the thing. These are emotional options. You can see we have all the riches here, of course. It might also be that you recognize an option that is of worth, and so you're dropping all of the other cups that are around you at this time. But another way to look at the 7 of Cups is that there are options typically in the upright sense, and not having options, no longer having anywhere to turn, not having any options of an emotional nature. Burning bridges, or realizing that all that glitters is not gold. But then again, we do have the symbolism of the cards that we do like to pay credence to when we read tarot. And there is the feeling that you might have recognized where one of these options is of worth, and so you're kind of disregarding all the others. What is surrounding you at this time, or rather, who is surrounding you at this time? It doesn't necessarily have to be who, it can be the energy. But let's see. For you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who's surrounding you? You don't want to talk about those who surround you. This landed on your obstacle. Wheel of Fortune, Twist of Fate. Also Justice. Twist of Fate and Justice. So Libra energy. Somebody with Libra in their chart figuring strongly, or somebody who had a twist of fate happen for them during Libra season, or somebody who has had the wheel of the year move forward for them during Libra season. So you're looking at kind of like anywhere from mid-September to mid-October. There's a feeling of coming into a sense of fairness, or somebody doing justice. You notice that this is 10 and 11. This deck is very thoroughly shuffled. 10, 11. The date 21. The 21st. A 3. But also somebody who has luck on their side or justice on their side. Somebody who has always done justice. You could be dealing with somebody who's in the criminal justice system at this time as well. You could be you could be surrounded by lawyers, judges, magistrates, guards, corrections officers. King of Swords is your card, and so in the upright, that would also be considered that. But here it's in the long arm of the law. The turning of the wheel towards that could also be something here. The Wheel of Fortune and Justice. It's almost like I want to say that luck is on this individual's side, but it's really the justice is on their side. Karma serves them well. And I don't like to normally talk about karma because there are a lot of different people who work within this space, particularly on YouTube, who will provide you with an extremely astute lesson on what karma is, as far as they'll talk about it a lot at length. And it's not as simple as just saying the word karma and, you know, what goes around comes around is certainly one way to sum it up, but that's not necessarily the whole package when we're talking about karma. This could be somebody who's ruled by karma, but the card here suggests also could be somebody, Libra, Scorpio season, because we're dealing with the Wheel of the Year, which is the fixed signs of Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and then with that Libra there, the Justice card. Hopes and fears. Moving into hopes and fears for you. Oh, yeah, the Devil in the reverse. So Capricorn energy on this. The Devil in the reverse is about greed, living in excess, temptation, fear, obsession. Is somebody who doesn't harness the power of things that are built on the earthly plane to their benefit, but yet to their detriment. Greed, gambling, shopping addiction, sex addiction, things that you would normally have to hold a high respect for, that are built on the earthly plane, earthly pleasures, but in the reverse, not so much. Yeah. It's almost like your hope and your fear at the same time. Your hope is for the riches, your fear is the greed and the excess that comes along with it, or the temptation, or the possessiveness. Like, you know, when your possessions possess you, the things you own you. Or being a slave to addictions. Being concerned with addictions. Your fear is being addicted to something. Your fear is fear. It's also looking at the past where one lived, because I'm seeing this as if it's, you know, the backwards of devil is lived, right? This, the fear is that one lived and no longer can, because they're consistently in pursuit of excess or things that chain them, you know? In the distant future for you, looking out, typically I see this is about 6 to 9 months out, and I pull 3 cards for this. Did we get it? We got 2. We've got the World card, the 4 of Pentacles, the need to save after an ending of some sort. The World isn't necessarily always an ending. It's also a feeling of wholeness and completeness. Again, we have the fixed signs showing up of Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. A feeling of wholeness, completion of a cycle. Some people consider this also travel. So with the 4 of Pentacles, that could be the need to save because of travel, or an ending of sorts bringing about the need to be thrifty to save. This is also conservation of resources, but also your energetic resources, not just your material resources. The need to save up your energy, your soul, that kind of a thing, because of an ending or in the pursuit of wholeness. Completion of something. What else? Again, we have 21 here. You see? This is card 21, though. Tell me more. One more. I'm not going to clarify, because I actually made pretty good time on this. Yeah, 10 of Cups in the reverse. Maybe that is that completion. Yeah. So 10 of Cups is like the zenith of emotional fulfillment. It's after the realization of the 9, where one has realized their own self-love, and so they can go in pursuit of great wish fulfillment, move after their 10 of Cups, finally recognizing the things they have to walk away from in order to exercise self-love, moving from the 8 into the 9. And then moving from the 9 into the 10 is realizing one's own self-love. And then, because it's there are a couple of different readers that I watch, and one of them always says, because I love myself, I can love another. And we can only love ourselves to the capacity with which we can love ourselves. If you look at this 10 of Cups, it is in the reverse. All these individuals, you know, kind of swimming about, grasping at cups, and they're all kind of turned over. There's none of these are full in this depiction in the reverse. It's almost as if one is saving up their energetic resources, attempting to be whole and complete, or after an ending of some sort. And then there's that realization that they haven't reached a zenith of emotional fulfillment. Almost miserly energy on that 4 of Pentacles, if we look at it from that aspect then, right? I hoarded all of my pentacles for myself, and in doing so, you know, emotional fulfillment eluded me. Kind of what I'm seeing there. Like the things we own us, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So there's a deep personal truth, a knowing here. Or an event during Virgo season, mid-August to mid-September, that may have occurred. This is, there's also the wheel there. That's interesting. Hey, it's supposed to, you know, we've got the star within the lantern. This is a deep personal truth, an inner knowing that one has to go into solitude in order to realize. There's a conversation with oneself that has to happen here in order to realize this. And oftentimes when we see this in the upright, it's the emergence from the cave of self-discovery, having learned a deep personal truth, having that knowing moving forward. And being analytical enough to ask oneself the deep questions, have an internal self-awareness, and be able to ask yourself the hard questions. I think it all kind of really reveals itself, if we're talking about this overall energy, when we get into this vein here, moving through from the 7 of Cups up and through into the Devil, and then your final cards with the World there, and then that 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups reversed. So it's really asking yourself, what are your fears? What are your obsessions? Where are you yielding and hoarding, and how has it impacted your relationships, played into endings? Where is it making you feel whole, and where is it robbing you of your completeness? I'm hearing the book Soul's Perfection. Where are you not able to perfect your soul because the things you own you, or because your vices, things elude you because you're afraid? And you're afraid of fear. You're afraid to admit the fear. I don't know, man. I just read the cards. Let's get you magnetic poetry, and then we'll be done. Might pop up, might not, after I get done all the other signs, to see what else we have for you. Aquarius. And again, do put in the comments, where's your Aquarius placement? What are your messages? We'll dig deep here. Oh, I got a bunch of words. Okay. Okay. All right, that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Okay, well, if this hit somewhere for you, do that. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you when we see you next, and thanks for watching. Bye. And as always, here's your table, here's your spread. Okay, goodbye.